All right, there we go. Hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome to the Pastrami Nation podcast. My name is Nolan Smith. I am the editor and co-founder of Pastrami Nation. We are the meat of pop culture. Joining me today, we have two of our mainstays. We have our entertainment editor, Kevin Hoskinson.
Hey guys.
And I'm kind of just sticking with the godfather of action figures. We
And
have
I'm
Christian.
and I'm gonna just stick with taking it. I'll take it. What's up, guys?
So excited to be here and to talk about what we're going to talk about. But first, I do want to bring up two things that are definitely, heavy on the heart and whatnot, because we've had two major things happen in the last week. So first off, I just want to send out our thoughts and prayers to everybody affected by the tragedy out there in Texas, because it's just insane. So our thoughts and prayers are with everybody, and I'm hoping that time will be able to help. And then, of course, today we also lost veteran actor Ray Liotta, who is just a fantastic, fantastic actor, and just a shock,
Yeah,
So
I was thinking.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, Ray Liotta, man, like that guy, he has like such massive range, and it was just so incredible to watch him work. Like he could do comedy like nobody's
Yeah.
business. He can also be like the most scary person on the planet, at the same time, or on the totally different end. Yeah, a huge loss. And what you said before, I just Texas. Being a dad, I don't want this to be a bummer podcast because it's not going to be. We're going to have fun, but yeah, it's just such a horrible tragedy, and yeah, our thoughts, prayers, and all that stuff. Hopefully, real change happens. That's another thing, but that's a whole other subject. But right now,
Yeah.
Right.
I think just our hearts are with everybody in Texas, all the families. I can't even try to put myself in that position of loss and dealing with anything. I myself have been a teacher since 2005, and I can't tell you how many like training things we've had to do like preparedness for this. I've dealt with. I was in San Bernardino in 2015 when that whole thing happened. We had a
Right.
scare in like at Long Beach a couple years ago, and you never know what the right thing is to do. So I feel like I shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
But
no one should. Yeah.
but
I agree.
It's horrible, and hopefully change happens. So
Yeah, and I was going to bring that up. Me and you, Christian, both being teachers. My wife's a teacher, and it's hard. It's super hard to see because the kids, that should be a safe place, right? Like Kevin said, we're not going to try to turn this into a bummer podcast. Just definitely let everybody know we are thinking about all those affected by it, and hoping that time will heal everything. So, all right. Well, here we go, guys. Time to jump into something completely different. Let's go ahead and first we are doing two giveaways. So we are doing, of course, thanks to Apollo Burger in Victorville, we're giving away a Pastrami Nation sandwich. So you can go and try that beast of a sandwich and let us know what you think. It's an amazing sandwich, let me tell you. I definitely need to head over there again and get some of their. If you haven't tried their tater bombs are amazing too. It's this hash brown jalapeno popper thing, only made on Fridays. It's times like that I'm like, I'm glad I still live in the high desert because we have Apollo. So you can win that, but also in the spirit of the Disney afternoon, we're going to be giving away a blind box Disney afternoon Funko. And we'll have that shipped right to your house. And all you have to do is be a part of the conversation. It's going to be a fun conversation, guys, because, look what we're talking about. It's going to be great. So let's go ahead and jump into our conversation. I'm going to start with kind of what started it all first before we jump into the meat and potatoes of it. And that is the Disney afternoon. So did you guys used to watch Disney afternoon?
All the time.
of course.
Yeah, it was my like go-to. You get home from school, and it was either that or Fox, right? You had the Fox lineup too. My go-to. They had some good stuff too. Don't get me wrong. They had Bobby's World for God's sakes, but I love Bobby's World.
Hey,
but then,
Bubba.
like, What's that?
I just, hey, Bob, go clean
Yeah,
up your
right.
room now, then there yet. I used to love that show.
But it was always Disney afternoon, man. Like DuckTales, freaking,
Yes.
Rescue Rangers, which was massive. Darkwing Duck,
Right.
Tailspin. I
Tailspin,
remember
yeah.
Bonkers too. I don't know if you guys remember Bonkers, but
Yeah, it came out in
Bonkers
like
was
the
fun.
later version of Disney Afternoon, but I remember it.
Yeah,
Darkwing.
Gargoyles.
Yep. Gar- no.
Gargoyles, which was I think still a groundbreaking series to this day because it had
Yeah.
that darker tone that Disney wasn't really known for.
Yeah.
And I see we have some comments. I see Bonkers. I see Darkwing. I see a "You're amazing, Nolan." I'm not quite sure why, but
You
thank
are.
you, Woodring. I appreciate that. But for me, it was my favorite of them has to be DuckTales. I absolutely love DuckTales. Scrooge McDuck and his Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Launchpad, all the craziness, and it had one of the best video games of all time that came from a series.
Oh yeah.
DuckTales for the NES was a classic, and you can still download the updated version of that on Xbox or PlayStation.
Still a lot of fun.
Oh man, I think I played it 2 months ago. I was like, this is great. You can just start pogo sticking your way through the entire level, and you're fine. You're good.
Yep.
Nothing can get you.
Yeah. No,
what about you guys? What was if you had to pick one of the series, what was your favorite?
It was DuckTales hands down. So where for me, I mean, I loved all of them. Darkwing Duck. I wasn't a big gummy bears person. I think my girlfriend was like
Gummy
really
bears,
into
yeah.
gummy bears. But yeah, for me it was DuckTales for sure. That theme song, easily, in my opinion, the best theme song of all the Disney afternoon. But also like just cartoons from my childhood. I'd probably that and like X-Men intro. Like those are like the two standouts for me.
X-Men's like in the top 3 of all time for animated.
All time, yeah, dude. I
Oh
know.
man.
So like because the thing for me too, I had DuckTales in the morning too, so I would also catch it before school. So it was like on, I think like at 7:30, like right before I go to school. I should probably preface this whole thing. Both my parents worked, so I would consider the TV to be like my third parent. Like there were just days where I was just home alone with the TV, especially like during the summer. You know, like when I didn't have school. So I had a whole schedule. Like I would wake up early, and like it all kind of started with like Sesame Street, and then like I Love Lucy, and then Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and oh my God, Reading Rainbow. Like my God, I love Reading Rainbow. And then
Reading Rainbow.
Oh man, what was the oh my God, with Vicky the robot? What was that show?
Oh yeah, that was a Small Wonder.
Small Wonder, yeah, that was on my little lineup too.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was like, and then definitely the afternoon was for all Disney for me. So, but yeah, DuckTales, you could catch it twice in a day if you catch it in the morning and catch it in the afternoon. So
yeah,
if you're lucky enough,
yeah, it's fond memories from my childhood. So.
Definitely, yeah. No, mine the same. Like DuckTales was always the classic, right? It was the first one. It was the first like real. It was like kind of the anchor of the Disney afternoon, you know. Kind of like Full House was the anchor of TGIF.
Yes.
You know, it was like that was the one like certainty that you were going to get. You know, whenever even when it rotated a lot, you would get DuckTales every single time. But then it kind of like expanded to like then I love like Darkwing Duck. Like Darkwing Duck was one of my favorite. Like
great.
Yeah, it was like it had that noir feel to it, but still a lot of fun, and it had a Launchpad too.
Yeah,
like it brought him.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, which was really cool. And then of course we talked about Gargoyles and how it just Gargoyles still blows my mind, like how that was even not that it's super adult, but it's super story driven, right?
Yeah.
DuckTales and everything else, it is story driven, but it's a lot of fun, kind of goofy, like Gargoyles was like their Batman the Animated Series, where it was just very serious and like
good
very
comparison.
dark. Yeah, like it had the same kind of vibe, and I got into that as I got older, and I was like, wow, like this is amazing. So it grew up with us, right? So like we started out with the DuckTales goofy stuff, and then I think by the end, Goof Troop. We're totally forgetting.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, Goof Troop was, the precursor to a Goofy movie, which is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time.
So,
classic movie.
Yeah.
And so, but anyways, like it grew with us. So by the time we were like 16, 17, Gargoyles was on. Things like, you know, the more serious stuff was starting to show. And I loved it. I loved it all, but definitely DuckTales and Rescue Rangers was a big part of it too. Like I knew the theme song, like everyone, you know, Chip and Dale, like you knew Chip and Dale growing up, so you're able to kind of like associate with those characters a little bit better. But yeah, I thought those were my kind of favorites. But I generally liked it all, and yeah, they were always a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And I see we're getting some comments about people and what their favorite was. So please keep those comments coming. I see, of course, Darkwing Bonkers. We have people definitely agreeing with DuckTales, saying the theme song is stuck in their head now.
Dude, yeah.
It was such a good theme song. So that's a good thing that was stuck in your head. But the Disney Afternoon spawned a lot that's still around to this day. So we saw a modern day version of DuckTales.
Yeah.
That came out with David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck.
I thought it was really well done, to be honest.
It's just, it was hard to get past the animation style. That was the biggest thing, because the animation was definitely more simplistic, blocky, versus what we got out of the DuckTales. But it was still so cool to be able to say like DuckTales is on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
And then NECA, who's like one of the leaders in, you know, amazing action figures, is right now cranking out Gargoyles figures, and they look fantastic.
Little Bronx there.
Oh, Bronx.
That's
yeah,
cool.
I still need to find him. Yeah.
I got lucky with the Hullapalooza. I found out.
Oh, there you go. I did not get lucky. They had all the garbage when I got there.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm talking about. All those figures that just sat there that nobody wanted.
Yeah, they're still kind of there sometimes if you're at the right target. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's so cool to still see, you know, the impact of that lasting right now, and it's going to be a perfect transition because there's no greater impact right now from the Disney Afternoon than Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers to hit Disney Plus. And I'm not sure people knew what to expect. You know, I kind of didn't. Me and Kevin talked about it beforehand, and we had heard rumblings about like comparisons to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I'm going to save my comments for after, but what did you guys think of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers?
I had a lot of fun with it, man. Like I thought, so listen, it's not great. Like it has its issues, of course, like any movie, but it's not quite. So I wouldn't put it on the same tier as Roger Rabbit, right? Like it'd be like Roger Rabbit and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, like right around here, you know, pretty close. It's the closest we're going to get to, you know, like people have been saying, it's the closest we're going to get to a Roger Rabbit sequel ever, right? And I think having the Lonely Island behind it, you know, having their, you know, putting their way, you know, Andy Samberg and Akiva Schaffer, you know, directing, I thought was just genius. And bringing them on board and the concept they came up with and the plot they came up with for this film, I'm still kind of wrapping my. Again, it's one of those like where I'm like, how did Disney like allow? You know what I mean? Like it's mind blowing, and you let them kind of take over, and you know he's directed. You know, he directed Hot Rod, which I know a lot of people, and Popstar. I love Popstar so much. I love The Lonely Island, and he's directed a bunch of those SNL like digital shorts. A lot of the names we can't say on the air right now, but they had some good, really, really good stuff, really funny. And you can tell that they have a lot of passion and reverence for the Rescue Rangers. Like they love these characters. Like it didn't feel like a cheap, like knockoff. It wasn't Space Jam 2. Okay. It was not. This is what I feel like Space Jam 2 it's aspired to be.
Yeah.
But didn't get there at all. So that's my take. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I really, really had a great time. I laughed a lot. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I had a blast too. There was a couple of times where I was just, my timing was wrong, and I tried to pop it on, and I only had a half an hour. So I only caught I kept catching the first 20 minutes, and then finally, like on Sunday, we went to the Ren Fair. And then as we were leaving, my girlfriend's brother was like, dude, we should watch Chip and Dale because he already saw it. My girlfriend has been apprehensive about this. So like really quickly, my girlfriend used to work at Disneyland. She was a character there. And one of the
Oh.
characters that she would do repeatedly was Chippendale. Her and her best
That's
friend,
cool.
like she was Dale or Chip. She did Pinocchio, a bunch of other things, but so she's like really protective of like Chippendale. So we saw the trailer and long time ago, and I'm like laughing my ass off, and she's like, I don't know. So like she was like, you watch it first, and then you let me know how it is. But then we ended up just like watching it together. She loved it. She was there's some parts of it that she was like, you cannot convince me. I'm not gonna agree with. But like she was laughing a lot. I was surprised with how funny it was. There was a lot of surprises, like a lot of like really funny jokes. Her brother mentioned he was like, it's weird because it's a kids movie, but like I think there's a lot of jokes there that are going to go right over kids' heads. And I'm like, I don't think it's. I mean, it is for kids, obviously, but it's for us. It's for the people that were kids when like Rescue Rangers was on TV, and we've grown up now, and they've kind of matured it with us, and I think that's really cool. Like it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I had a blast watching it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was utter insanity. Being a massive fan, of course, of Rescue Rangers and of Lonely Island. Like, if you haven't listened to their albums, you're really missing out. Like, straight from the Chronicles of Narnia, riff that was on Saturday Night Live. They've had, so many good ones. I had a pretty high hopes, and honestly, it met the hopes. It was such a well done movie with so many Easter eggs and spoilers coming, folks. Because we got to talk spoilers when we're talking this. Like, how did you get Ugly Sonic in there?
Yes.
That is
insane. And not just like a small cameo, but like a recurring.
No.
Like, he was kind of like the Deus Ex Machina of like the whole thing. Like at the end, like it was ridiculous.
And that
sealed it.
Genius.
Yeah, brilliant. Like, and thank you. Who's the studio? That owns Sonic? I don't
Paramount.
even know. Paramount. Thank you for playing along. Like that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like really, really cool.
It was one of the biggest shocks.
I think the only thing that would have made that better is if they actually got Ben Schwartz to like do the actual voice too. I think that would have been hilarious. But I think it made sense that he didn't. But man, like that was ridiculously fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the Easter eggs in there were just so good. Like the Tigra from that horrible Avengers cartoon that came out, it had one season. And of course all the Disney references, but then also, Batman versus E.T.
That was
one of the most emotional scenes in the entire movie.
Yeah, and they even had the poster for the Fast and Furious babies.
Yeah,
have you ever seen that? Rated R, of course, like a big rated R at the bottom.
Oh, and then I see a comment for Aunt Man. Yeah, we had.
Oh my god.
Aunt.
Oh man, and just straight up having going for it. Also, just Paul Rudd just having a straight up cameo in there, like ridiculous. Of course he would.
That just goes to I think all of us look at Paul Rudd and we're just like, that's a good guy. So it's just so cool to see him pop up in there because you're just like, yeah, Paul Rudd, go for it. I love the whole old bald Peter Pan.
Oh my god!
Geez, and then the amalgam that he became when the bootlegger shot him up with the Wreck-It Ralph arm and the Woody leg.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Yeah. And then the cats part when they were going to the bad part of town. That's the part where my wife was just like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
Because you're like anything was fair game. It was just insane. But I'm such a fan of Sam Burke, so I was so happy to see this work out because it could have failed miserably, right? Like this could have tanked really, really bad.
Again,
the CGI surgery,
Yeah.
See, I stayed away from Space Jam 2 because of you, Kevin. After your advice, I was like,
we're away from Space Jam 2.
Yeah, I regret wasting my time with that. This, however, that's good that they released it on Disney Plus, but man, they could have made some money off of this.
I would have easily went to the theaters to see this. Like it would have been such a fun theatrical experience, like just to get out and check it out with the other fans too,
I honestly didn't know it was a Disney Plus release until I think the week before, because I think they put the banner up on Disney Plus, and I was like, oh, I was super just expecting to go buy tickets and watching it at the theater.
Yeah, it would have been great.
Cool. That's cool. I'm glad, but yeah, they could have made money. I like that would have been a really fun theater experience.
I
I think
agree.
watching that.
Oh
So
man, now I want to see it in a theater. That
I
would be
know
really cool.
that would
Somebody
have
needs
been
to
really
rent a
cool.
theater, Kevin.
Dude, do it. Do
Oh,
it.
that would be great. And I see comments. Oh, my wife put that's where it lost me for the cats. Yeah,
The cats. I,
that's that
I
did
thought
it.
that was genius. I saw that. I just couldn't stop
Ah, I
laughing, man.
busted up. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
There's
Oh my god.
And
there's
then
so much
Jason Bean
stuff.
put the bullet bill. You know, the little
Oh
front of the
yeah.
bullet bill that popped in
All
there.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
there's just so many little moments in that movie that just made it worth it. Like, I love so it's such a small, stupid thing, but when they're like at the at the crime scene, of where Monty went missing, and they have it all set up as this epic tall apartment or apartment building, or whatever, and then like just that one scene where they're in there and the girl, I forget her name, she just pops her head up. And she's like, "Hey guys," I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous."
It brought it
but I
right back down to comedy.
Yeah.
and then you see the outside, and it's just this tiny little complex, and she's just standing there peeking through the window.
Oh,
Like,
that's
oh
so
my
funny.
gosh.
Yeah, what I loved about it too is just it really did have like a lot of heart to it too. There's like a lot of
It
like
did.
really sweet, heartfelt moments. They didn't like shortchange the characters. It was a real celebration of everybody. But like I think the huge spoiler too. There's a part where Dale was like, "Oh, let's go to the lair or the headquarters or whatever he calls it." He opens the garage and like you see everything, like all the stuff that he saved, and it's like it's just really sweet. It's really really cute. I don't know. I really like that. I also am really surprised how like downplayed Mulaney's part was because Mulaney's so funny and like
Mulaney's awesome.
he went like he was just a straight up straight guy the whole time.
Yeah.
And good for him. He had a couple laps too, but it was just happy to, I guess, set up for Andy. I guess that was a lot of fun. But I don't know. It was a fun movie, fun team. The Seth Rogen stuff was ridiculous. That was cool too. Like all of his characters all at the same time was ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I need to watch
if
it
you saw
again.
let us know. Yeah, let us know what your favorite moment is. I know my wife's is the cat's part, but let me know what you loved about it. I mean, I don't know if I could pinpoint one moment and then you have the voice actors. So, J.K. Simmons, who is just like fantastic at anything he touches. Pulling off a Gumby knockoff. I mean, very cool. And then, do you know who voiced Monterey Jack?
Yes, that was Bana, wasn't it? Eric.
Oh, that was. Wow, I did not know that. Okay, I knew he was. I just know who he was.
I would not have believed that, man. I checked out the cast and oh no, Christian left us. He just couldn't believe it, and he was like, "I'm out. He was like, "Let me go find out if it was Eric Bana."
He had to go watch The Incredible Hulk, the Hulk,
to remind himself,
to remind him who Eric Bana was, how much he loved Eric Bana.
Oh, we have a casualty. Man down.
We found him. He's back.
There he goes.
No, I don't know what happened. That was weird. I was like,
no. Kevin knows exactly what happened. He said you went to go watch The Incredible Hulk to remind yourself of Eric Bana.
This is true. I did, and then I watched the Star Trek movie also just to remind myself.
All within that short amount of time.
Yes, yeah.
I forgot he was in that for some reason.
And then I also watched Black Hawk Down. It's the time warp thing. I can't explain it really.
You went to one of those like Goku time chamber things, huh?
Yeah.
It was really a year.
Look at this grew in a little bit. Yeah, no, I also know Keegan-Michael Key was in it, but I have no idea who he was.
I saw his name. Yeah, I didn't catch who he was. I'm a big fan of him. So
who was he? We had watched like those like breakdown videos on YouTube, like all the things you might have missed in this movie.
Right.
We were watching the Rescue Rangers, and they brought up Keegan-Michael Key. I was trying to figure out who he was.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
He was the puppet, the cheesemonger.
The frog coworker, it says.
Frog coworker? What is that? Just the frog coworker that made the frog joke to Dale? I mean, the Chip?
Oh my god. He had to have played more, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was the Muppet guy, too. You know the Muppet,
The cheese
the
one?
cheese guy.
Right.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Don't mind me. I'm just putting people down for our prize wheel to see who wins at the end of
Oh
the show.
man, I just realized who did. Okay, so now I'm just seeing this. Tim Robinson did Ugly Sonic. I don't know if you guys watch his show that I think you should leave. Oh my god,
Oh no,
brilliant,
I've heard about it though.
ridiculously brilliant. So cringy and uncomfortable, but like really, really funny. He was a former writer at SNL, and it's a crazy show.
Yeah, I've heard about that show. I heard it was really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I'm trying to see. There's a lot of like
That's
names
cool.
on here.
But yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think
Okay.
it doesn't need a sequel or anything. It was just this really cool tribute to
I hope we get
the
one.
old days. It would be nice,
I
but it
will
doesn't
be there.
need one.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
You know, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, absolutely. Because when I first saw the images, the first images that popped up for the press, and I saw the CGI one and the animated one, I was like, I don't know, like this could be dumb, but I had to watch it. There was no getting around it.
Of course.
And we got a comment that Chip and Dale was not bad in their opinion. See, yeah, overall positive. Positive.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it was a good movie. So yeah,
it's
definitely.
I think also the voice, what's his name, the Allstate guy. As Zipper, that was ridiculous.
Well, that guy's got such a great voice, an iconic voice. Once you hear it, you're like,
oh. Yep, right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. No, and I hope everybody else enjoyed it. If you haven't watched it, you definitely owe it to yourself to watch it.
Would recommend.
I think it might, for those who are a fan of Rescue Rangers back during the Disney After Dinner days, like the three of us are. I think it probably holds a bigger place in your heart watching it. But I still think you can watch it and enjoy it without having seen it, because it kind of gives you the little catch up on there, and you get the behind the scenes looks of when they filmed the animated series, which I thought was great.
That was great.
Because I was like, what the heck?
That was funny.
I see a comment that my 5-year-old loved it and now wants to watch the original cartoon. There you go. That is what it's all about. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't go wrong with Rescue Rangers. Not Double O'Dell.
That's awesome. But I just wanted to just bring this up real quick. Speaking of Disney Plus, I know it's not Rescue Rangers, but are you guys excited for tomorrow? Maybe tonight. Whatever time you're watching it, Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Kenobi, that's right. Huh?
Yes.
It starts
with Star Wars Celebration going on. It's Star Wars, everything this week. That's right. I think it's 2 episodes tomorrow.
Is it 2? Oh my god.
I think
we
so.
get 2 episodes.
We got the Andor trailer today too, which I haven't watched yet. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, I won't say anything. Check it out.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it after.
Check it out.
I can't say anything. There's not really any spoilers in it. I'll just say I like the vibe of it. I think it's not. It doesn't look like the other shows, and it feels like Rogue One. I'll say that much.
Yeah, that's awesome. Rogue One had the best vibe for a Star Wars film, I think.
Right, it felt like a war film, so that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. It's depressing as one too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, and also speaking about Disney Plus, you got Zombies 3 coming out this summer. Comes out on my birthday, so you all should be excited for that. So you guys can watch Zombies 3.
I know I'm gonna have to,
Me too. A million times over.
But they're not bad when you compare it to with Descendants. It's
fun.
not bad. I've been pulled into a lot of crazy shows.
The songs get stuck in your head,
but it's still I'll take it over a lot of the other things I've seen, man.
Absolutely.
I saw a comment about Top Gun.
Yeah.
You guys excited for that? That's where Jason's at right now, watching Top Gun Maverick.
No one already got his tickets for it. I think no one's super excited. He's the most excited out of all of us.
Yeah, well, we got our tickets for Top Gun on Sunday morning, and then this one's kind of flown under the radar, and I don't know how many people are fans of it, but the Bob's Burger movie is tomorrow also. So we got our tickets for that on Monday, which is weird. They're calling it it's because Disney owns Fox now, so they're like, it's Disney's first hand-drawn animated movie and such and such. Dude, it's not really a Disney movie, but sure.
But they can say
we're
it.
excited for that.
Yeah, they just looks they can. That's hilarious. I love Bob's Burgers. There's a lot of those Netflix animated shows that I love. Bob's Burgers is definitely one of them. F is for Family. BoJack. Well, here's the thing about BoJack too. Like, not to derail this whole thing, but
no, that's fine. I want to see BoJack.
It's too real, man. I had to stop, dude.
That's what I've heard.
I can't even like. If anybody in the comments like watched BoJack, you know what I'm talking about. Like I think it gets really real. For like, I can't. That's all I'll say. But you should check it out.
Yeah,
BoJack. It's a BoJack Horseman one.
Yeah, BoJack Horseman. Will Arnett. I think Brie.
I've heard about this.
It's good.
Kind of crazy.
It's good, but like I think it's like if you're not. I went into it like haha poop jokes, and then it was like it had way too like deep. It cut too deep. Like the emotional core of it was like. I wasn't.
You grabbed a blanket, turned it off. You're like, I'm done.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I didn't sign up for this, man. I'm like, I'm becoming all introspective, and I'm like it's really, I don't know. It's worth checking out because I think I do appreciate that they talk about it. It's so weird, but like you got to give it a couple episodes. But yeah, F is for Family. I also.
He went to go see it right now.
Again, he had to go watch it. He's just so excited.
He went back into his like Goku time chamber. 3 years have passed, and then Christian will be reappearing. He's gonna have a little bit more gray, a little bit more wisdom.
Dude, every podcast I get more gray. Like every podcast I show up, there's just more gray.
Oh, same with me. I'm going all Gandalf.
Yeah. I just rewatched it again. I love it. It's so good. I don't know. I keep pressing something. I don't stop touching things. No, I love Bob's Burgers, and I can't get my girlfriend to watch it because she can't stand their voices.
I love Bob's Burgers.
I love it so much, man.
The voices are hard. I understand that, man. Voices can be hard.
Like Gene, and the thing is, I love. Oh my God, what's her name?
Kristen Schaal.
I love
her. I think she's amazing.
And everything. I'm a huge fan of Flight of the Conchords for a long time. Mm-hmm. So like a lot of them, like Gene was on Flight of the Conchords. Kristen obviously was too. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, I love Bob's Burgers. I love everything that she does too. So yeah, Bob's Burgers.
And I saw somebody put. So when does Daria come back around?
I'm sure. I think she's under. I actually think they're doing a reboot series.
They are.
I think you're right. I think I saw something about that.
Yeah.
It's either a spin-off or like it is Daria coming back. I'm not quite sure exactly.
Because they're doing Beavis and Butthead again, so it's like,
wow, really?
Why not do Daria again?
There's your also jokes.
Yeah, and Butthead also did make a cameo in Chippendale.
Yeah,
very very brief.
Do you notice
South Park characters?
South Park, Stan or
Stan's dad.
What's his? Oh, I forget his name. Damn it!
Oh God, I know. He's just sitting there in the sun.
Randy.
He just went to go get the name.
He went to go watch South Park.
The most opportune times. He's coming back to us. Don't worry. He's gonna come back and say the name. He's gonna be like, "It was
Randy." His name was Randy. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. It keeps like,
oh
man, I'm just plugged in and everything. I don't know what's happening. Anyway,
I don't either, but it's fantastic. So I'm not complaining.
It's great television.
I think the only now, like, I don't want to get off subject because we're talking about like Bob's Burgers and everything, but I would say probably my favorite animated TV show of all time, King of the Hill. Like I adore.
King of the Hill's in my top 5. I love King of the Hill.
I love King of the Hill. I used to work at that toy company, and like we did this job for this company, and they couldn't pay us. So what they ended up doing was they had this booth at Comic-Con, and they sold like cells, animation cells, and they're like, everybody, all of you guys can take one cell. And I found, there's an episode of King of the Hill where Bill loses it, and he starts like acting like his Lenore. So it's like, why does everybody keep calling me Bill?
But like, that kind of party. Yep.
Yeah, it's that kind of party. It's all the guys standing in front of the fence, and like Bill is just like Lenore. I have it. It's
that's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, I love King of the Hill, and I'd love to see that
get too. I'll see the comment of "Yep."
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Also,
and propane accessories.
I
Oh
could
man,
do a whole episode on King of the Hill. I could do it.
we'll
It'd be
have
fun.
to one day. Just a
Oh yeah.
tribute to such an amazing show.
Yes.
But that is for another show. We will get that done. Just like we still got to have our face off about Star Wars: The Last Jedi, so we can all
Yes.
know that it's the worst Star Wars film of all time.
Or is it though? Or is it?
Eh,
It is. It really
Yeah.
is.
eh.
But we'll. That's for another time. Let's go ahead and let's see. Oh, I see. And I saw someone finish and propane accessories. See, that's fantastic. You guys are awesome. Look at that. Some of the best comments I've seen. That's so cool. Let's go ahead and do our giveaway, shall we? So
Yeah.
I have our will. I have our people on here. Yes, I do. I'm going to click spin. I apologize for the colors. I don't know what the will was doing today, but there's some ugly colors. So here we go. We're going to do the Pastrami Nation from Apollo Burger first off.
Arturo. Yeah.
Arturo.
Nice.
Congrats, Arturo. All right, next up is for the Disney Afternoon Funko Blind Box figurine. And for that one, you're going to have to message Pastrami Nation your address so we can get that sent to you right away. So don't forget to message that because it's super important. All right, here we go. Oh, I got to respin because we can only have one time. One time. So let's do one more time.
Dude. Arturo, you should go to Vegas this weekend.
Right.
There you go.
Bean. Jason Bean. You win the Disney Afternoon Blind Box. Shoot me your address. I'll make sure I get that in the mail to you right away. And Arturo will get that to you as well. All right. Well, congratulations to our winners. Now, what do we got coming up next, Kevin? I'm sure we have a brick therapy coming up.
Yeah. We'll have a brick therapy next Thursday night.
Should be a good one because
there's something that comes out next week. Yeah. So
the day before. There's a couple things coming out the day before.
there are, and actually, if I had the mind to build Legos, I would buy them both because
yeah,
the Van Gogh
next Thursday at 7.
Yeah,
there we go, and it'll be right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Kevin, how are you doing on the Daily Bugle? By the way, are you done or?
I was showing it off a little bit to Nolan earlier. So I just kind of finished. I'm going to show it off here real quick.
Do it.
Yeah. Yes.
I have Emmett, by the way, just kind of hanging out and just kind of
Perfect.
doing his thing throughout the Daily Bugle. Let's see. I get kind of weird carrying it, but there's the goblin coming out of there, which is just
cool.
really, really cool feature. But it's looking.
Wow.
Looking pretty good
Look at
so
that.
far. I think I'm working on the last story up top, and then it's just gonna have like the Daily Bugle sign and everything on top of that. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so this is kind of the story that I'm working on, and it's really cool too because it's super like each floor is completely different. Like, it's not just cut and paste like this or that, and we'll talk about it next week on the show. Just how cool the details are on this thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super stoked about it. Like it's coming along. So by the end of this week, and I'll have it all finished, and then I'm going to be working on my grail, my amazing piece. We'll talk about that on Monday as well because that's
yes.
Yeah.
So make sure you join us. So next Thursday,
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
7 p.m. If you haven't seen it yet, Brick Therapy is super cool. Kevin and the gang talk all things, brick, Lego, anything like that. And there's a lot going on with Lego next week.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So please join us. They always have a great time.
Yeah.
And that's about all I have. I want to thank everybody again for joining us. It's always super fun to be on here. Make sure you follow us at Pastrami Nation. All across social media, including TikTok now. And then follow all of us individually as well. I'm at Pastrami Nation. You have Kevin right there.
Absolutely.
You have Christian right there. And Kevin's also on TikTok. And Kevin goes crazy on TikTok. So you need to go find him on there. Because
it's been a little
awesome.
quiet the last couple days, but
it's a powder keg waiting to blow.
It is. Oh yeah, it's gonna be. Oh yeah, definitely,
All
definitely.
right.
Oh
Well, we'll see you all next week for Brick Therapy. Take care, everyone.
yeah.
Bye, guys. Stay safe.
Bye guys.